How to stay strong when your boss tears you down. Picture this. It's Monday morning. You've worked all weekend to finish a big project. You walk into the office, ready to present, and your boss? He doesn't thank you. He doesn't acknowledge your effort. Instead, he looks at your work and says, "This is sloppy. I expected better from you." Your stomach drops. Your confidence shatters. You feel humiliated in front of your team. It feels like someone just pulled the ground out from under you. Like standing on shaky earth while everyone else watches you fall. That's the silent earthquake of workplace humiliation. Sound familiar? If you've ever had a toxic boss, or faced harsh criticism at work, you know how painful it can be. It makes you question your worth. It makes you doubt your abilities. Sometimes, it even makes you want to quit. But what if I told you there's a way to face workplace criticism with strength? A way to stand tall, protect your dignity, and even turn unfair treatment into fuel for growth? That's exactly what the Stoics can teach us. Let's be honest, the workplace can be brutal. Some bosses use fear and humiliation as management tools. Some criticize not to help you improve, but to make themselves feel powerful. And sometimes, no matter how hard you work, it feels like nothing is ever enough. For many Americans, workplace criticism is one of the biggest sources of stress. Studies show that toxic bosses increase burnout, lower productivity, and even damage employees' health. In fact, the American Psychological Association found that nearly 60% of workers say their mental health suffers directly because of their boss. Chronic criticism doesn't just sting in the moment. It triggers long-term stress responses. Elevated cortisol, higher blood pressure, even trouble sleeping. Over time, this erodes both confidence and physical well-being. But here's the hard truth. You can't always change your boss. You can't control their words, their moods, or their leadership style. What you can control is your response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who dealt with constant criticism and betrayal, reminded himself daily, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The Stoic mindset teaches us, the boss's words don't define you. Their opinion doesn't dictate your value. What matters is whether you hand over your self-respect, or whether you stand firm in your own worth. Modern psychology echoes the Stoics. Researchers call it psychological resilience, the ability to bounce back after adversity. People with high resilience don't ignore pain, but they recover faster, protect their confidence, and use setbacks as fuel. Another key is emotional intelligence, the skill of recognizing your emotions without letting them take control. Together, resilience and emotional intelligence form the modern science behind what the Stoics discovered 2,000 years ago. Let's say your boss calls you into his office and says, "This report is a mess. I don't know how you thought this was acceptable." In that moment, most people shrink, they get defensive, or they spiral into self-doubt. The Stoic response? Pause, breathe, separate the delivery from the content. Ask yourself, is there truth in the feedback? If yes, use it as fuel to improve. If no, let it go. Because it says more about your boss's frustration than about your ability. You don't need to absorb their negativity. You choose what enters your mind. Imagine your boss criticizes you in front of the whole team. "I don't know why you can't get this right. Maybe someone else should do your job. It stings. Everyone's watching. You want to crawl under the desk. But here's the Stoic perspective. Respect isn't earned by avoiding criticism. It's earned by how you handle it. Instead of snapping back or shrinking, you hold your composure. You respond calmly. Thank you for the feedback. I'll make the adjustments. Think of yourself as an oak tree in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain pounds, but you don't break. You bend if needed, but your roots are deep. The storm passes, and there you are, still standing, stronger than before. Suddenly, your boss looks small, and you look strong. The room sees your resilience. You've won respect not by fighting, but by standing tall in silence and dignity. Sometimes, the boss's criticism isn't even about your work, it's about their stress, their ego, or their personal issues. Maybe they yell because they're under pressure from above. Maybe they belittle you because deep down, they feel insecure. The Stoic approach? Don't take it personally. As Marcus said, when someone does you wrong, it's because they believe it is right. They are acting according to their own understanding. By realizing their behavior reflects them, not you, you protect your peace. So how do you apply this in real life? Here are 3 Stoic strategies to handle workplace criticism. Detach emotion from words. Criticism only cuts deep if you let it define you. Instead, treat it like information. Is this useful? Or not? If useful, apply it. If not, discard it. Guard your self-respect. Your dignity doesn't come from your boss. It comes from living with integrity. Show up on time, work hard, act with honesty, and no boss can strip you of that. Turn criticism into fuel. The Stoics saw obstacles as opportunities. A harsh boss can become your best teacher, not in kindness, but in resilience. Every unfair comment is a chance to grow stronger. Here's the empowering truth. A toxic boss can wound your pride, but they can't take your power unless you hand it over. When you stay calm under fire, when you hold your dignity in the face of humiliation, you rise above. And here's the secret: people notice. Your coworkers notice. Your friends notice. And even your boss, deep down, notices that you can't be broken. In the end, strength isn't about never being criticized. It's about standing tall when the world tries to tear you down. So the next time your boss criticizes you, don't crumble, don't lash out. Instead, pause, breathe, apply the Stoic way, detach, protect your dignity, and turn criticism into fuel. Because real respect doesn't come from avoiding criticism, it comes from mastering yourself in the middle of it. Remember this: your boss can break your pride, but only you decide if they break your spirit. If this video gave you strength, hit subscribe right now. Join our community, where we turn life's hardest challenges into fuel for greatness. Right finger comment below. What's the harshest thing a boss has ever said to you, and how did you respond? And remember, the Stoic way is not about avoiding battles. It's about winning the only one that matters, the battle inside yourself. Stay calm, stay strong, stay stoic. Remember, a boss's words are just passing clouds. They may darken the sky for a moment, but they can't stop the sun inside you from shining. That light, your dignity, your self-mastery, is untouchable.